gonna start this video at the end because I just filmed this entire video and then realized that the quality wasn't very good and I should reshoot it. So here we are. Also, I like dried my hair, so why did I do it before that? I don't know. Anyway, a new camera is coming. So first and foremost, thank you for subscribing when I am in the days before having a good camera. I have been playing small and not investing in myself, even though this is my greatest passion project. I feel very passionately about mixing these two worlds, personal growth and beauty and lifestyle and fashion. I think it's what we all need, especially me, and I need to just pull the trigger and stop playing small and choose to bet on myself and buy the new camera. I just keep putting it off because as much as it's super easy to invest in other people and their growth and their potential, I rarely do it for myself. Okay, second, today we are getting ready to go to Austin and I am packing and I'm going to show you my packing. So it's going to be a very quick little vlog this week and then next week I'll show you our whole trip. I hope I can get footage on there. I wanted to bring up a couple things in that. Typically I kind of wait till the end of the episode to say whatever personal growth thing I'm working through. I'm going to do at the start today. I have been kind of re-niching myself, especially on TikTok, into more fashion content, which I guess is funny that I didn't just start there in making social media content because I had been working in fashion for the last like 20 years. I didn't go into that. I'm not really sure. I think I just saw more of a marketing potential in like skincare and health products, but my passion has always been in fashion and beauty. And so I'm just kind of like re-niching and allowing myself to go in further into what really feels good. Especially on this channel too. It started more as like day-to-day and wellness and more personal growth. Now it's really like self-improvement, personal development, and beauty and fashion and lifestyle. And that's exactly where I want it. So there's a little bit of alignment more into who I truly am. And that feels really good. As I'm doing that, it's perfectly timed for our trip to go to Austin and thinking about what to pack and some of the new products that I got, some of the new samples and stuff that I'm going to be taking with me. Because I'm now looking at new creators who are my age, late 30s, even women into their 40s, 50s, who are in that fashion niche and realizing like, I guess I thought I was breaking more rules in the way that I dress than I actually am. I'm a very sensual, feminine woman, and so I typically dress very kind of sexy and flirty, and I love like body-fitted things. I love a silhouette. I love just kind of things that make my body feel very sensual and sexy and held, and I don't mind showing some skin. Being 5'10" since I was like 13, people have always had something to say about my body, and I just kind of got used to that. And so I was like, you know what, if they're gonna say something anyways, I might as well feel the way I want to feel, which is very sensual and very sexy and very feminine. So I stopped hiding that part about myself and started dressing into it and letting people say whatever they want to say. I think when you are tall or you have anything prominent about your features, you just kind of get a thicker skin for that. If they're going to talk about me, they're going to talk anyways. Might as well just be who I want to be instead. As I'm watching these like fashion creators in their 40s, 50s, beyond, I'm realizing I'm not really being that innovative in the way that I dress, and that's a good thing. I've worked for a lot of fashion brands who are very prescriptive about the person that their product is for, and a lot of times you do have to be that way in marketing. It becomes really damning, it becomes very oppressive and exclusionary when there's a specific kind of person you have to be, and it goes beyond the bounds of just sort of like, you have to like this color or this kind of clothing. Like, when it goes beyond you just have to like outdoor gear to like our brand, and it goes into like, you have to make this much money and you have to be this kind of lifestyle and you have to prioritize these kind of like morals, that's when it gets really messy. And I've watched brands that I started out really believing in make those kind of transitions. In fact, I was just watching the history of Banana Republic, have never worked for Banana Republic, and how they started as this wild safari brand. It was kind of out there and it was all about the art and the adventure, and then they got bought by Gap and they became Gap. Gap to me is a brand that kind of lacks a personality. I know a lot of people like live for that brand, but for me it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. It doesn't have a whole lot of joie de vivre. It doesn't really have a whole lot of, it's kind of just blah to me. And that's just my perspective, but that's kind of what Banana Republic came by being owned by Gap, and it's kind of funny to me that they're called Gap. But in any case, brands fall into that trap. They see where money's coming from and they lean full bore into that. And I myself have worked for brands that have changed their identity to go where the money flows the strongest, thinking that that's the best way, and they lose all their integrity. Brands that started as being really inclusive, body positive, and they just changed to being very prescriptive. You have to be this size to be in our club. And I've had to leave those brands, in fact. And now going into I'm 39 years old. I need to remember I'm 30, I'm not 40. I kind of keep like phrasing myself or thinking of my life as if I'm already 40, but I'm not. I have to think of the ways that I want to present myself without the old boundaries and the places I thought I was breaking rules of being like more sexual than people were comfortable with me being. For instance, I recently got the dress from Addicted, which is a brand that prioritizes a much younger demographic than I actually am. In fact, my teenage niece absolutely loves that brand. I love the dress, and I'm going to wear the dress next week when we go to celebrate our anniversary, and there's nothing wrong with that. What this kind of comes from is I found this creator on TikTok yesterday who's in her 50s and she calls herself a queenager. I just loved that phrasing because I thought, wow, that's so powerful and so empowering to see yourself as forever young, but also in your era, in your queen era. And I'm finding these new sort of like crones in TikTok of these fashion creators who are my age and beyond who are saying like, no, it's really not a big deal for you to dress sexy or sensual or loud or fun or playful or whatever you want, whatever age you are. So I'm really happy to see that that's where fashion is going, because honestly, yeah, there was a part of me that just assumed I was going to meet some resistance of being myself into my 40s, into my 50s, into motherhood if I get there. And obviously not being a mother yet, my body looks a specific way that is a lot different than women my age, even if they are my height who have had kids. In fact, I put a TikTok, I'll try to put it here. I'm 5'10", I'm 150 pounds. I usually wear a size 6 dress and I do work out every day, and I'm also a runner. And right now I love my body. Honestly, if you've seen this channel before, you know I've had some battles with my body. Right after chemo, I was like 50 pounds overweight, but I'm really happy with where I've gotten. I'm 38 years old, so having any kind of definition and having the strength to live my life is really great to me. Yeah, I'm happy with it. And I think all bodies are beautiful, but this is what 5'10" and 150 looks like for me. And so that we could kind of end some of the body dysmorphia that's going on, because we kind of forget what it looks like, what like another body looks like at our age and our weight. And I got comments from that from a lot of women who are mothers who were like, yeah, I would have that body if I didn't have kids. That's fine, that's beautiful, and someday that will hopefully be me too. If I have kids, like, my body will change, but right now it is what it is right now, and I get to just work with where it is. And I guess I'm just here to say I am experiencing that the world is a lot more open and inviting than I thought that it was in fashion, and that's coming from someone who has worked in fashion for 2 decades. So if you're in a place where you're wanting to express yourself in a new way in your wardrobe, or you're wanting to express yourself in a new way in your personality, in the way you present, in the way you see yourself, sometimes that can happen through fashion, sometimes that can happen through makeup, through beauty, and that's what this channel is also about, is finding these little pockets in our day-to-day routines and how we dress, in our skincare, in our wellness routines, in our makeup, in our beauty, all the ways that we treat ourselves, especially in day-to-day habits like that, where they reveal that we're playing small or not truly honoring and celebrating ourselves, and how we can grow through them through these tools of beauty, fashion, lifestyle, whatever. So hopefully we're all being called to open more. Hopefully we're all being called to express ourselves more. That is what fashion is for. It's not for a prescriptive way that you have to look and have to present, and it can change and it can evolve. And I'm really honestly happy to see that my age and my demographic are really having more fun with how they look, and it's not in necessarily the rules of like having to cover yourself up more or be more mature in some way that's, means being more sort of pious or prudent, like I don't think that's ever going to be me. I'm a warm weather baby. That's why we moved to Houston from the mountains. I needed the hot weather, the humidity. I'm a little mermaid. I always want to be by the ocean. My favorite outfit is a bikini. Like, I just want to be in the water and in the sunshine. And so my skin and the sensation of clothing and how I feel in them is huge for me. So all that is to say, I hope that you're learning to express yourself even more through fashion. I hope you're treating it as an avenue for you to create a living work of art out of your own body and out of your own personality through the way that you present. And in places you have to break the rules, I hope you find the confidence to do it. And if not, put it in the comments and we'll all back you up. And secondarily, I just, if you are in my age bracket or any kind of age bracket, you're going into your 30s, you're going into your 40s, going into your 50s, and you're feeling any kind of pressure to like dress or look a certain way because of your age, let's break that. Let's break it in wearing it out right now, whatever it is you want to wear out, and let's break it in being there for each other through those transitions. There is a lot to say, I think, about the way that I dress and how it is, to me, an embodiment of my desire to be feminine and safe. That is a different conversation, but it is important to note because I think it's really important for me to express that, be an example of that, and also foster a world in which women can be sensual, can be sexual, and it doesn't make them a target. But that's a conversation for another time. Let's look at what I'm packing together. So first and foremost, I want to show you what I'm packing in, and that's this. Oh, I hate when that bounces. This is a tote bag that I got from TikTok, and it zips up together like that, and then it unzips to become a full garment bag that you can actually hang. So if I unzip that part, but that's kind of perfect because I can put my dresses in there, and then it's got compartments here for organization. I do wish it was a little bit higher quality. You never know when you get on TikTok. I'm trying to learn the landscape of TikTok because that is where I make most of my content. And so it's where I find a lot of brands I work with. So kind of trying to get better at that. So I'm going to be really honest with you guys, which is that I can't wait to use this bag. I think it's going to be perfect for this weekend. Do I think it's the most high-end, high-quality bag I've ever owned? Absolutely not. But it's going to work. So we're going to try it out and just see, you know, how it goes. Sometimes I find that that's almost better because I don't have this pressure of keeping things precious. I can just kind of like use them until they're kind of trash. My best friend and I always had this joke that like the more I hated a piece of clothing, the more I would wear it because then I didn't have to take it seriously or take care of it. I could just like trash it. That's what's gonna happen to that bag is I'm gonna annihilate that bag. So we're going for 2 nights, 3 days. We leave Friday morning. We're going to the Line Hotel in Austin, which I can't wait because I've always been a big fan of the Line hotels. I lived down the street from the one in Koreatown, Los Angeles, and I was there all the time, working in the lobby, having coffee or going to the bar for cocktails, or they had a couple nightclubs or going to the parties at the pool. And I knew some of the staff. I just loved the Line Hotel. It was like truly a place of community in Koreatown, Los Angeles. Very excited to see what they're doing with the one in Austin and hoping it's kind of the same. So that's where we're staying. We get there Friday morning. We're going to hang by the pool, go out to dinner Friday night, and then we have a full pool day Saturday, a dinner Saturday night. Sunday we'll check out late, and then we're going to go to a wine tasting on our way home Sunday. So first day, on our way there, I'm going to be wearing this set. I got it from TikTok. It's from Automet. It comes with a little tank. It's a ribbed fabric and it's kind of an acid wash, which is pretty cool. It's got a little bit of stretch in it. I wore it all day yesterday. It's so comfortable. And it comes with these little matching shorts. I'll try to put a full video here of the set, but just really cute, really cozy. So I think that's a cute little like road trip outfit. Night 1, I'm a little confused what to wear. I think we're gonna go to Rainy Street for dinner and just bop around there. And I think I might wear the Skims dress I showed in a couple videos ago. I haven't really gotten a full dress up night out in this. I've just kind of worn it casually, so I'm excited to do that. Or when Jake and I got married, I took my grandmother's floor length, long sleeve, hand sewn ivory satin gown. And I took it to a designer, or I took it to a seamstress and I said, I want to redesign this whole dress. I want to make it my own. And she was fully on board. So we turned it into a strapless mini dress that had a skirt to wear over it for the ceremony. And then for the reception, I could wear it as a mini dress, which I will probably wear next week when we go to dinner together. I wore it last year when we went to Nice and I wore it out to dinner. It's a pretty, like, it's still a dressy mini dress, but it's fun. You can kind of wear it out. And it's cool to be able to be like, this is my wedding dress, and get a lot of play out of that because most wedding dresses never get worn again. For the reception, I also had her make this, which is so dear to my heart. I know everybody's seen this fabric a million times. To me, it meant everything the moment I saw it because I have known since I was a little girl that I was going to have a wedding with every single flower of every color at the wedding. There was not going to be one specific color. Jake was fully down for that. So the bridesmaids' flowers, the flowers on the table, they all had all the flowers. So when I saw this fabric, I thought that is right on tune with the song I am singing. And now I can wear it over little mini dresses. And for this trip, I might wear it as a little skirt over a mini dress, or I might wear it over a little black bodysuit. I think that might be kind of cheeky and cute. Full day Saturday when we're by the pool, I'm going to be wearing this bikini set. This is from TikTok. Haven't worn it at all, but I'll put a video of it here. It's got this bottom with the matching top and this absolutely stunning maxi cover-up skirt. Just so beautiful. It's got little ties and peekaboo cutouts on the side. Just really beautiful. I cannot wait to wear that set. Have some cocktails by the pool, just relax. Saturday night we'll go out and I think we'll be going to South Congress to check out the bars, see if we can check out some live music. And for that, I'm thinking this little chocolate moment. So this is a skirt I got from Fashion Nova. And honestly, this is a large. Normally I'm a medium, but I do like this one because it sits really low on my hips. And then I think I'm gonna wear it with this tank top that I just got actually from TJ Maxx of all places. And it's just a little like halter vest with a little pendant that holds the front together. As a backup, I might wear this. It's a high neck. This is also from TJ Maxx. I love a little TJ Maxx bargain. Front is high neck, back is a low cowl neck, and I might just wear it with like high-waisted jean shorts and some big wedge sandals. I'm not sure. That one feels a little bit like me morphing to Austin. It feels like me like becoming something that I expect to see in Austin, trying to mix myself with the expectation there. So that one feels a little bit like cute, and I know it's going to be like comfortable because it's going to fit in. However, it doesn't necessarily feel like me. Not totally sure. Then on the last day, I rarely wear one-piece bathing suits because I love to get some sun on my belly. I have this deep plunge one-piece swimsuit, and I'll be wearing this scarf with it, which I think I'll either tie around my hips as like a little coverall or tie around my head as kind of like a little, you know, bandana moment. And last, on the last day, I'm gonna be wearing to the wine tasting this maxi dress, also from TikTok. I think it's by Chic Me. And it's a mermaid silhouette. It's absolutely stunning. If you want to see the full, I'll put a whole video of it here so you can kind of see it on my body, but it's just so beautiful. It's got this gorgeous cutout, and the cutout sits right at the right spot to make your waist look kind of snatched there, which I love. I love an hourglass figure. Although all figures are beautiful. All bodies are beautiful. And then last, I got sent a couple little accessories from WMP Eyewear. They're based out of Arizona. They have these really beautiful boxes. And they sent me their Cool Girl Bundle, which is a 2-pack of sunglasses. And I have very prominent features, so I don't know if I love them on me, but I love them on everybody else. So highly recommend them, but they come with a 2-pack. So this cat eye, which is in the kind of cherry cola color, just stunning. And it's got that sort of like flat front, which is just so cute. And then this pair, which is a tortoise shell with the rounded edges, which I just think is just beautiful as well. So I'll be bringing both of those. And I think that's all the packing. So I'm excited about the trip. I'm excited to check out Austin with Jake. He's never been. I've been before when my brother used to live there, and just see how it's changed. I know a lot of people have moved there in the past 10 years because most of them were leaving Los Angeles for Austin. So I'm excited to see like what just, you know, the vibe is and what people are like. And I'm also just so excited to be laying by the pool reading my book, which right now I am into this one. It's Electra from Jennifer Saint. She is just an incredible author. If you saw my episode on reading a lot about Greek goddesses and the mythological feminine figures in those stories, you'll know that Jennifer Saint is one of those authors, and she's so good. If you are looking for a journey of initiation and freedom and liberation, especially from a female lens through Greek mythology, highly recommend any of her books. There's a lot of beauty and prep to do. The nails got to be updated. They don't look that bad on the camera though, do they? We need a pedicure, which I'll be doing tomorrow morning myself. We need to actually pack and get ready. I cannot wait to celebrate 2 years of marriage with Jake. We've been together 3. We got married 2 days shy of being together a year because we were pretty quick to get to the altar. He proposed at 5 months, and we were married in less than a year from the day we first even hung out. Didn't even have our first date, just like literally the first day we hung out after having not seen each other for years and years. So if you haven't heard that story, let me know in the comments. I'll try to direct you to the video where I actually talk about it. There's a whole series I made about manifesting my husband and how it ended up being my childhood best friend, and I couldn't believe it. And you can go watch those if you want as well. And then next week I'll be updating a whole vlog of hopefully our trip. Hopefully I'll get a lot of really good footage and we can talk about Austin and how great that was. But for now, if you need to hear it, your closet is your own. Your body is your own. Your life is your own. If you want to make a vlog, make a vlog. If you want to start a book club, start a book club. If you want to wear the loud shoes, wear the loud shoes. You are allowed to present yourself in any way that you want, and that includes the ways that your family programming, your lineage, your community says that you can't, or any of the ways you're telling yourself that you can't or aren't worthy to do so. Break through that. I really want this channel and this community of subscribers to be a place that we can talk about that and the things that we're trying to break out of for ourselves, break out of for our children to come, for women that come after us. Like, I want this to be a safe place where we're constantly building and expanding ourselves and lifting each other up. And fashion can be one of those places. Beauty can be one of those places. I never want to approach fashion or beauty or skincare or lifestyle or any of it as a way of like how to fix yourself. That is not what this channel is about, and I never want to import those kind of messages. It is specifically to find the beauty and the joy and the worth in your own life, in your own self, and all those rituals, from getting dressed to doing your skincare to putting on your lipstick, should be as an act of celebration of who you are. And anytime there's something that comes up where you feel like you need to do it to fix yourself or change yourself, that's where something magical is going to happen, because that's where you can break through and free yourself. And that's exactly why I'm sharing how I'm finding those places in my own life through this channel. So if you are subscribed, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here before I have the good camera too. If you're brand new, if this is the first video you've ever seen on this channel, please give it a subscribe. Please share it with a friend you might think would like it, because it really helps me grow the channel and reach new audience members. And I'm deeply passionate about what we're doing here, mixing fashion, lifestyle, and beauty with personal growth and self-improvement and all the things. So thank you for being here. It means the absolute world. I get to share this time with you, and I can't wait to show you Austin when I get back.